Sustainable development is the peace policy of the nature, rightly said by Klaus Topper. Whenever one talks about climate change, cleaner energy sources, or fighting pollution, the first thing that strikes our mind is the e-mobility sector. And yes, this is today's topic. Hi everyone, I am Anchal Kansal, the Investment Advisory Associate at Green Portfolio. At the end of this video, we have covered the stocks that are in our portfolio which you too can invest in and be part of the e-vehicles race. EV, जिसे देखो वो EV की बात कर रहा है. The electrical vehicle sector is the talk of the town lately. Let us understand why. The global automotive industry is undergoing a paradigm shift in trying to switch to alternative, less energy-intensive options. The history of electrical vehicles started in the early 1800s but only took off when Tesla entered the market and reignited public interest in electric cars. The burden of oil imports, rising pollution, health hazards, and international commitment to combat global climate change are among the key factors motivating the world's current policies to speed up the transition to e-mobility. But the global scenario is not what we are going to focus on today. Yes, it's India today. The fifth largest in the world and slated to be the third largest by 2030, the Indian automotive industry contributes 7.1% to India's GDP. But the EV is still at a nascent stage in India. However, looking at it differently, India offers the world's largest untapped market. By making the shift towards electrical vehicles, India stands to benefit on many fronts. One, abundant renewable energy like solar and hydro, and second, availability of manpower in technology and manufacturing. Here are a few stats that showcase India's ability to lead way in EV technology. The graph shown on the screen clearly depicts EV sales trend in 2021 with comparison to 2020. In April 2019, Niti Aayog, the federal think tank, published a report titled India's Electrical Mobility Transformation, which pegs EV sales penetration in India at 70% for the commercial cars, 30% for private cars, 40% for buses, and 80% for 2- and 3-wheelers by 2030. The government has announced its plans for 30% electrification by 2030. What is the government doing to achieve this, you ask? FAME, that is faster adoption and manufacturing of electric and hybrid vehicles in India, PLI scheme, battery swapping policy introduced in Budget 2022, tax initiatives and subsidies are some steps to name a few. Will EVs dominate Indian market in the future? Most definitely yes. But how long it will take? Let us analyze. From big brands to startups, everyone is stepping into EV space. Ola sold e-scooters worth 11 crore in just 2 days. Also, 3-wheelers have the highest share among total EVs sold in India. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari had said that cost of EVs will be equal to petrol vehicles within a year. Compared to pre-COVID era, EV sales have almost doubled. But the question here is, if the government is providing so many incentives for EVs, why are people still reluctant to buy them? Suppose you are considering an EV. After calculating the finances and finalizing the model, you step back. Why? Because you are not sure if the option is feasible due to the lack of enough charging stations. According to a report, compared to China and USA, the ratio between charging stations against EVs on the road is too disproportionate. It is 1:135 in India, that is, one station for 135 EV vehicles. It still needs 46,000 stations to match China and USA. NHAI's, that is National Highway Authority of India, is planning to install 700 charging stations on national highways, that is a station every 40 to 60 kilometers. Going back to our example, apart from the charging station problem, another thing that is pulling you back is increasing cases of EVs catching fire, raising safety concerns. Lack of safety norms and no stringent quality checks are the reasons behind the fires. Batteries are the largest, most expensive and most important component of an electric vehicle. It is the heart of electrical vehicle. The Indian climate and road conditions are harsh and it's very critical that one must understand the battery care and charging requirements carefully. To avoid such incidents, the government is planning to announce new quality control measures for batteries used in EVs. Industry players are also reportedly working on the improvement of tech and batteries. People aren't buying EVs due to the lack of proper infrastructure, and enough infrastructure won't be available until enough EVs run on the road. So it's a cycle of problems. Amidst all this, the government is still trying its best to promote sustainability through e-mobility. EVs is one of the steps to achieve the carbon neutral environment goal of the government. Whenever one talks about e-mobility and the renewable sector, the first thing that comes to our mind is investing in such stocks that would give us a return in the future. We have Salzer Electronics Limited as one of the stocks in our small cap compounder small case. It is an OEM manufacturing electrical components like cam-operated rotary switches. They have entered into a JV with Austria-based Costard to manufacture DC fast chargers and formed a subsidiary with eMarch LLP to make conversion kits for three-wheelers and government vehicles, both having great potential. Similarly, we have another company in our portfolio, Precision Camshafts Limited, which has a wholly owned Dutch subsidiary, EMOS. The subsidiary is engaged in retrofitting and converting an existing vehicle into an e-vehicle. And with data of successfully running more than 100 million miles, they are now moving in designing and developing ready-to-use modular driveline kits for OEMs. Although there are still many hurdles for India to achieve complete electrification, but things still look bright. The government has been pouring in investments and many private players are on their way to making their name in this space. What EVs hold for India's future? This would be an interesting thing to see. Hope you liked this video. You can check out our various small cases made to suit your investment goals and needs on www.greenportfolio.co. If you liked the content, subscribe to our channel and share this video.